Hi, middle school. This is Tips for Mrs. Gray. The first thing I'm going to teach you, if you do not know, is just a quick tip about if you, for some reason, are researching and you accidentally close a tab and you want to reopen that tab. Let's say that I am taking some notes for history. I'm looking up something from the Library of Congress, an old newspaper, and I accidentally hit this and I lost my tab. Instead of trying to go through and find that tab, there's a really quick way to do that. It's Control Shift T. If you're unfamiliar with that, you can go to I'm going to pull up my on on screen keyboard here, Control Shift T. You're going to do those all at one time. You're going to press Control, then with the other finger you're going to do Shift, and then you're going to press T. So all at the same time then. And what's going to happen, I'm going to do it right here. Control Shift. My old screen came up. Control Shift T will bring that up. So I can do that for any tab that I have open. Let's say I go in here and I'm going to put in, I can even do my classroom tab. Let's say I go up and I'm having classroom and my dashboard comes up and I've got my classes up here, and if I exit out of that, Control Shift T, can't see my screen obviously, it'll just come up again even though I exited out. Okay, that's just the first quick tip. A second one I find really handy is, let's say I'm doing some notes in history or another class, and I'm also doing my research here, and I'm going to look at some of this stuff, kind of zoom in here. I wanted to put a quote, and of course then I would be putting things in quotations if I'm doing a quote. So I'm looking over here, quote from Alaska. I want to go over to this tab, and I'm switching between tabs, and that's kind of difficult. What you can do is you press the Windows sign, and let me pull up my keyboard so you can see what I'm talking about. This is called the Windows sign. Sorry, Matt, just for Windows users. But anyway, you press the Windows sign, and then if you press one of these, either the arrow button, it looks a little different on different computers. It's the side or the arrow keys. What will happen, and I'm going to get out of this so that I don't have the on-screen button. I'm going to do it on my keyboard. You can't see it, but you're going to see what's going to happen. So I have my two windows open. If I press that Windows button, which I'm going to do now, and one of those keys, it got very small. It went over to the right. I pressed that right key. All I have to do is grab one of my windows, and I can move it over here, and I have a split screen. So if you have Windows 10 and up, which most of you probably do, this is one of those features that are built in. And you can just split your screen, and so I can go in here and I can work on this, Alaska. I don't know, I'm just making stuff up here. And let's say I'm going to put the road is a standard. And anyway, I can just work double the same just right away on here. It's really handy for working on two things. I can go over here, look things up. I can zoom in, working on that Fort Shaw Indian School near Great Falls. Go back here. If I had two windows open that were a website, I do this for grading when I'm looking at your stuff in Google Classroom, putting it into RenWeb or Fax or whatever. That's really handy for teachers. If teachers are watching this video, that really is handy too. Anyway, it's just a really fun, quick tip from Mrs. Gray. Hope you guys have a good couple weeks here left and finish strong.